Hello. Tonight I'm talking about self-doubt and brushing those haters off. Recently, I completed my first draft of a science fiction novel that I have been working on for years. And I sent it out to 6 different people to read and give me their critique. Because based on their critique is how I'm going to write my second draft. So it's been probably about 3 months and I haven't heard back from any of them. So I started listening to this voice telling me that, oh, maybe they didn't contact you because your book is bad or your writing is not that great. So, and the reason why I have so much self-doubt is because I have been surrounded by people in my life who have said a lot of negative things to me, and it's just started being a part of me. Instead of me being able to just totally not hear all the negativity, I internalized it. And so as far as my book is concerned, before I started writing the book, I told someone very close to me about it, and the person said, well, what makes you think somebody would buy your book? And why would you write about that subject? It's already been done in some way. So I didn't listen to that person and I started writing my book anyways. And I finally finished it, at least the first draft. So recently I went to Dallas and I saw 2 of the people that I have sent my book to, and they told me, oh, your book is really good. You really need to think about writing it as a screenplay and submitting it to Netflix for a series. And also one of them told me that they can visualize everything that I wrote in the book. And both of them are still reading the book, and they have not, whenever they finish reading it, they're going to get back to me with their critique. And I hope that is soon, because I really need to move on and do the second draft. And so hearing them tell me that they liked my book has just given me the push that I needed to keep going. So another time when I first started as a reporter, I was actually a volunteer at this news station in Irving, Texas. And somebody close to me told me, oh, you're wasting gas driving out to Irving every day. What makes you think they're going to put you on camera? One day, one of the reporters did not show up for work. Now, I always kept my a dress, high heels, and makeup in my car. So when that person didn't show up, the news producer came to me and said, Janine, do you want to be on air? And I said, yes. So they gave me 5 minutes to get ready. I ran downstairs to my car, got my dress, my high heels, and my makeup, quickly got ready, and I was running upstairs. This is a funny story. I was running upstairs to the studio, and I tripped and fell. But I didn't care. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to keep it moving. And I got on camera, and they counted me down. And I didn't know which camera to look at. They told me which camera to look at, and they gave me a script. And so I memorized the first part of the script and looked at the teleprompter, and they said 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then that's how I got started on air as a news reporter, because somebody didn't show up for work and I was ready. So always be ready, because you may not know when your chance will start. Then another time I applied for a job for a newspaper in Killeen, Texas. Somebody close to me told me, you're too old. They're not going to call you. What makes you think you can work as a news reporter for the newspaper? You know, you might as well just give up and drive home. So I was feeling really down and depressed, again, because this person was close to me. So I was getting in my car, and as I was driving away from the house, my phone rang. It was the editor from the newspaper telling me, can you come over for an interview? So I went to the news station, to the newspaper, and he interviewed me in the parking lot, and he gave me my first practice assignment. And he said, do this assignment and turn it in via email tomorrow. And I had never written a newspaper assignment ever. And I called one of my cousins in St. Louis, Missouri, and I told her, hey, I got an assignment. I've never written for a newspaper before. Can you help me? And I hadn't met her in person or anything. I just had talked to her on the phone, and she said yes. So that's another thing. Always ask for help when you need it. You don't know what the answer will be. So I did the assignment, and what do you know? The assignment was to cover a gospel concert. There was about 5 different gospel groups there at that concert. And so, again, God put me where I was supposed to be. And it was a gospel concert, and it was fabulous. I wrote the assignment. I emailed it to my cousin. She checked it for me, and I sent it in. And that's how I started as a newspaper reporter in Killeen, Texas. So all this self-doubt that I was having was unfounded. And it was my lack of faith, and also that the people in my life that were close to me were being really negative, and I internalized it. So you just got to brush those haters off and keep it moving and keep going. And if you fail, it's not really a failure, because you learned something from that. You just keep moving. Just whatever you learn from that mistake, or what you perceive as a mistake, is not really a mistake or a failure. It's just going to help you do better in the future. Then also there's a scripture. If God is for us, who can be against us? You have to remember that when all these people, because you're always going to have doubters, and you're always going to have haters. Haters love to hate. But you got to remember that scripture. God is for us, who can be against us? And I am more than a conqueror. Take that and put that in your soul. Okay? And I have to do it all the time. And I'm 57 years old. And I still have self-doubt. And I still have haters. And I'm just telling you, if you remember that God has you in his hands, you can make it. And you can achieve things that you would never think that you can achieve. So God bless you. Keep going. Believe in God and believe in yourself. Oh, this jewelry I have was made by a dear friend of mine. Her name is Dion, and she has a website, Dion's Jewelry Avenue. It's DIONNES, jewelryavenue.com. So you can buy really great original pieces off of her website. So again, have faith, and you can make it through whatever trials or whatever situation that you're going through. God bless.